What's going on, everybody? Welcome to your daily astrology horoscope for Wednesday, August 7th, 2024. Astrologer Brian Scarborough here, Fixed Air Moon, keeping the collective fixed on astrology. Appreciate you all. Hope everybody's having a great week so far. Happy hump day. What's going on with the hump? The humpiest of all days, Wednesday. Well, it's Mercury Day after all, and we're going to see Venus and Mercury retrograde make their conjunction in Virgo. So there's a lot of self-love stuff on the mind. There's a lot of our day-to-day life that's gonna help contribute to our values, help build something stable, but also feels like we're knocking the dust off a lot of things. It could be cleaning up relationship areas of our life, other people. We could be critical of other people, but mainly I think, especially with Mercury retrograde, a lot of this is a self-critical focus. The Sun in Leo is highly focused on self. It's also sextiling Jupiter exactly today, so that's super positive on one note. But we're trying to actualize this, version of ourself that is more in tune with our hearts. It's more in love with ourself, and there's a lot on our mind about it. There's a lot of things that we want to do when it comes to work, when it comes to relationships, when it comes to money that I think we want to get done. And it's almost like we know we got to put the effort in. We know we got to put the work in. Venus doesn't necessarily like Virgo, of course. It's its fall position because it's got to put a lot of work in. It's got to do all the little things to get the really good, sweetness of Virgo to acquire that purity. And a lot of that's on our minds today. So we're heavily, concentrated on how to purify and make life better for ourselves, how to make relationships better, and there can definitely a lot on our minds here. So love yourself, be kind to yourself. The moon's finishing up in Virgo. We got a lot of Virgo in the chart still today, and the moon's going to start off the day in that opposition to Saturn. And I think we're just putting the weight of the world on our shoulders at this point, kind of feeling like there's just so much maybe we want to do or we want to achieve in life, and feeling like, gosh, is it even possible? Of course it's possible. Like anything's possible. Just right now, kind of to get more of the sweetness of life, we have to put in a little bit more effort and have a little bit more discipline too. And I think that that's a great part to consider when it comes to the astrology on this Wednesday, is like the discipline within yourself to make the mental tweaks, the mental changes, the physical tweaks, the physical changes to do better for yourself, to feel better, to think better, to be highly motivated, to be able to self-motivate at the same time and not be too reliant on exterior motivations, but really be able to initiate that pioneering force of your life and make adjustments that are needed. I think we all have some little tweaks, some little changes need to be made, and this Wednesday is a great opportunity to realize those things inwardly, and then to maybe start putting them into action on the external. But at the same token, we could just need to kind of chill out and keep keep understanding ourselves deeper, keep understanding how we can knock a little bit of dust off of this part of how we think about ourselves, how we feel about ourselves, and again, how that projects onto others and how we think and feel about other people in our life as well. By the evening, we're going to see the moon make that nice trine over to Uranus. So I do think by the evening, there is sort of a weight lifted off our shoulders. We're starting to kind of see, sort of the weird benefits that are coming through life right now, and kind of how things can be so real and maybe so heavy, but also how beautiful it is to be physical and to have certain touch, taste, smell reactions to things. And I think we really do get to see what's really good and what's really connected and what's also disconnected and not really working out. So it's a little bit of both, but I think that both can feel good if we're again in a place where we're taking that accountability for our emotions, our feelings, and our thoughts, and trying to do better for ourselves and knock the rust off some things. Again, Sun Jupiter sextile, really really cool. This is definitely a really good energy for the day. It's also in a Mercury ruled sign. Mars and Jupiter are coming together. There's a lot of Mercury in the chart. So a lot of everything is kind of focused around our mental right now. And with Mercury retrograde, we do need to, be more focused on our own sort of mental outlook on things and how we can keep pushing the boundaries. We're also seeing Jupiter and Saturn building in their square. They're only 3 degrees apart. Mars is going to be there squaring with Saturn too. So it's a pretty heavy Mars Jupiter conjunction with a square to Saturn, which I mean we haven't even seen a Mars. I'm not sorry, a Mars. Yeah, a Jupiter Mars conjunction in Gemini since 1989. So it's been, 34 years. It's been a long time. 35 years. So things to consider is how we can open up our world, how we can work hard to expand life, to expand our way of thought, to expand truth, but also to stay disciplined, dedicated, on our game. Realize too that the world isn't going to crumble on us. It might. I don't know what the world's going to do. I shouldn't even say that. But we are not going to let our worlds crumble onto us. We have to empower ourselves. And this Sun in Leo is definitely saying like that courageous strength that we have is the key to the abundance that our mind can unlock, that our words can unlock, and just a whole like bigger way of thought about what's possible for self and how strength can be a truth, the truth maybe, that we need to not only make positive changes in our life, but to make a positive story of our own self-love and creative, exploration of our environments, so many things like that. So a lot of opportunity, kind of heavy today, but lots of opportunity. So we don't want to like not remember the opportunity. The moon's also going to quincunx Chiron, and it'd be really easy to be way too harsh on ourselves. Like we could blow everything out of proportion and kind of put so much unnecessary weight on ourselves. And we want to try not to do that. It's good to see things as they are. It's good to see where changes can be made, but we do not have to like be like masochistic about it, right? Where we feel like we deserve the pain or we kind of want the pain of that mentally. We really want to find strength and courage and empowerment, because that's what seeing things clearly is all about, is to be able to see maybe things that we don't like or things that we don't want to do, but realize that there's benefit in pushing through it, that there's a positive outlook on the other side, that things can get so expanded and so great, and we can really crusade off into a really empowering place in our own belief system of what can be accomplished and what can be achieved at the same time. So, interesting as always. See what the card. This one just flew out. Death. I don't know. It does. I don't know. Energetically, there is kind of like this vibe of like, oh my god, what is dying? But there's always the flower in the death card, so there's always this beautiful rebirth through transformation, and maybe we're all going through this big transformation of like seeing things as they are, but learning how to love ourselves in a more potent, powerful way, to deal with things in a more disciplined way, so that we can see the beauty and really reaper, and reap the benefits of some of the work that we've done internally and externally. And what else? And the Ace of Swords upright. I think that that's true, like especially with the Sun Jupiter sextile. Like if we want to see a whole new story get unraveled, we just have to empower ourselves to go on the quest, go on the journey. And I think to be mentally like strong and mentally just, I don't want to say rigid, but like certain ways we want to be rigid because we want to be empowering ourselves to be going up and to be sort of in some form of ascension. And I'm not saying we're all just going to ascend and like, hit our light bodies, but like mentally putting that crown on to understand that our thoughts are so powerful, and it's good to be real and honest with ourselves, but we also have to like be willing to start things, to make changes, and to maybe just go through the transformation. And maybe really it's like a death of an old way of thinking so that we can expand the way we think and really make positive transformations because of a whole like mental fortitude and mental mindset that I think a lot of us are having to go through right now. So that's what I got for you. I hope you have a great day. Happy Wednesday, and I'll see you all tomorrow for Thursday's horoscope. Much love. Peace.